A man, out of his breath, ran to his small community, exhausted, shocked, worried, with all kind of mixed emotions, trying to talk to his community leaders, trying to let them understand we need to go back, something is not right out there. And without wasting any time, a group of few responsibles were being assembled to follow him. In the dark, windy, stormy night, walking through the green fields, uneven terrain for hours, restlessly, and finally stopped by a green sugarcane field. The man who took them was searching impatiently, marking points he made it earlier, few hours ago, for his people to investigate further and to let them see what is inside. But the rain has vanished all of his marking points. Few minutes later, he screamed, "Over here!" Everybody rushed to him, and they stood like a statue for a few minutes as they were all trying to solve the mystery. One of them slowly moved towards the spot covered by the mud. He took a stick from the ground and poked the spot and realized man was not making up the story. In fact, he was telling the truth. It was a human head poking out of the ground, facing in one direction with wide open eyes. So one of them ran back to the police station and informed the police. And it turned out it was the head of 21 years old Shuri Kamala Devi. News spread like a wildfire in that small community. And a 15 years old rickshaw puller came in front to help, telling the police. She came to me, asked me to take her to Datuk. So they found him. It was 45 years old Suraji, who worked as a cattle breeder, and he was into Dukun. Police arranged a squad and reached to Suraji's location. They were all scared, but still they questioned him if he knew anything about Devi. He denied. Something was definitely off the grid, and started to search his house. And they found Devi's purse and clothing. Suraji had 3 wives, and 3 of them were sisters. They took them to the police station. They started to investigate. On the other hand, the investigators made Suraji to confess, and this is what he told. My father came into my dream. He asked me to eat slava of 72 women when they die, to become immortal, and to gain those supernatural powers that no one could have in current time and would never be able to gain in later. All I have to do is collectively drink the slava of 72 women when they die. To me, it was unclear how to reach to this goal. Then my instincts guided me to come up with a plan. I promised people to help them to come out of the poverty and give them never-ending beauty and make them forever young. With the help of my black magic, when they totally believed in me, then I asked them to come visit again on a specific night and timing, extremely secretly, without telling anybody about their visit. And if they tell, the ritual won't work on them. When the darkness took over, also the moon was watching, I gave each one of them victim shovel in their hands and asked them to dig the ground. My wives were there to give my victim confidence, to help them to come out of the fear, to make them to believe in me, that this is not only a part of the ritual but also very safe. When they are buried up to their shoulders and their arms are pinned inside, they cannot move, me and my wife start to cover the rest of the bodies with the mud, and then I take a wire to strangulate each one of them until they're totally gone. When the investigator heard this, they were all panicked, and team of the investigators and the police officers rushed to the specific spot where Suraji indicated. They were all terrified to learn that every woman was sticking out of their head and facing to Suraji's house with wide open eyes. Police recovered 42 dead bodies. Trial began on 11th of December 1997. Suraji's wife Tamini was also sentenced to death for assisting him to murder the victims, but her sentence was later reduced to life in prison. During the trial, Suraji expressed why all of the victims were facing to his house. I believed in this way I would gain even more power. Suraji was executed on the 10th of July 2008 after a death warrant was issued.